Hello, welcome back to the Undead Celluloid Society podcast. My name is Michael,
And I'm Rachel.
and today we are covering the 2024 film, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Also wearing the same shirt because we just watched the first one.
Yes, I had to change.
Yeah, Rachel did not want to look like she had been wearing the same thing 2 weeks in a row. So, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, obviously is a sequel to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1. And is, I think, a step up in the direction for, like, the first one is, like, down here, the second one is, like, up here. You think, you think of any kind of improvements that you can make on a film, and this movie improved in every single way. I mean, if you want, we could just talk about the specific price for the costume of Pooh in the first film versus the second. In the first film, Pooh's costume cost $770. Seems a bit much for a mask on a guy, but in the second film, they spent $20,000. That is the biggest step up for a costume I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Not even a year later, which is
I don't
crazy.
even know how they spent all that.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. More characters. We were just talking about how we wanted more characters in the last episode. We get Al. We get Tigger. We get Tigger.
We get Tigger.
We get Tigger. We don't get Rabbit. We don't get Rue.
Miss Kanga.
Miss Kanga. And
Eeyore's dead.
Eeyore is dead. Yeah, Eeyore is dead. So this film also does this interesting thing. So Christopher Robin is recast, not the same character, not the same actor. Neither is Pooh, and neither is Piglet. If you're confused, Piglet died in the last one. Yes, there's an answer for why. The first movie is a film in this film based on events that happened to Christopher Robin.
Oh, yeah, the 100 Acres Massacre.
The 100 Acres Massacre. So they made a film. So think of it kind of like if you've watched Scream, and they made the Stab franchise in Scream. The first movie is fake in that world, but it's a fictionalized version of a true event that happened to Christopher Robin. That's why we see different actors. That's why it looks probably... That explains actually a lot in the sense of like...
That was a really smart move.
It was a very smart move by them, especially since they raised their budget.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by that aspect of it. I did not expect it to be a movie within a movie. Which they had vaguely talked about it as like a production at the beginning of this film. But when you actually see a scene from the first movie on the TV, which is confirmed that that's why it's so different. So in this film, the 100 Acre Massacre, which is the events that inspired the first film, has happened, and now Christopher Robin has escaped. For some reason, Pooh let him go, and now there are people that believe Christopher Robin, but most people don't. Well, the people that do decide to burn 100 Acre Wood down and hunt for Pooh and his friends, which they don't succeed in doing.
No, not at all.
And then Pooh and Al is like the mastermind for some reason. I feel like he's got to be that dude.
He's definitely the brains, but I feel like Pooh is still the leader, and Al is just the one like who comes up with like the plans and whispers things in his ear.
Well, he's giving like orders to Pooh when he's with Tigger at that rave. He tells him to go. Like,
oh yeah, he's just saying this is your and Tigger's time to play, basically. Like,
see, that's why I think he's like the ringleader.
I don't know.
We'll talk more about it.
Remember he was saying before they went and attacked, he's like, you need to make a decision.
Yes.
It's time to nut up or shut up, basically.
Yes. So the crossbreeds in this film are children that have been kidnapped by a hospital janitor who had gambling debts, apparently, and was sold to a scientist who turned them into these things.
Yeah, he mixed their DNA with, obviously, the animals that they became.
Yes.
Birds, rabbits, bears.
Tigers, apparently.
What the hell is Eeyore?
Eeyore's a donkey?
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
I think Eeyore's a donkey. Tell us in the chat if Eeyore is not a donkey. I think Eeyore's a donkey, though. Yeah, pin the tail on the donkey. That's why his tail is...
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there is also this subplot of Christopher having nightmares for his little brother being kidnapped. This movie came out right after Five Nights at Freddy's, and the same plot is in that. Literally the exact same plot. According to an interview that Dead Meat, the YouTube channel, did with the director and one of the screenwriters, that is a complete accident. They just both happened to do the same thing.
Oh, really?
But it looks so bad because Five Nights at Freddy's came out the month before, and it has literally the exact same plot.
Yeah.
Kidnapped kid, brother looking for him, kind of thing.
Oh.
Which is a horrible coincidence. Horrible coincidence. So Christopher Robin's, if you're piecing it together, Christopher Robin's brother was kidnapped when he was a little kid. We don't know what happened to him. He's Pooh.
Yeah.
He's Winnie the Pooh.
He's Winnie the Pooh.
He's Pooh Bear.
And Christopher Robin he's going to hypnotherapy because he forgets all of this. Like, he forgets, for some reason he has, like, blocked out the traumatic events from his childhood.
Well, he watched his brother get kidnapped.
Right, so he, like, blocked that out, and I guess he was trying to remember it after everything that happened for some reason, as if he hasn't been through enough trauma.
Yes.
And I even said when it shows a flashback of him watching his brother get in the van and the door closes and he drives off, I was like, those kids they're the animals. They're the monsters. I knew it.
Yeah.
Knew it.
You called it.
I did.
Yeah, so, like, multiple kids from that party get kidnapped.
Yeah.
It's not just his brother, but for some reason he who is in the woods hiding does not get kidnapped, which is weird.
Well, I think his brother ran first, and he was running after his brother.
Oh, was he? I thought he
Yeah.
just hid behind a tree.
No, I think they were playing a game or something.
So Christopher has that trauma from his brother. Mm-hmm. He also has a crush on this blonde girl. So I'm assuming that the whole fiance thing was just for the movie.
They're probably gonna say that.
Yeah, it was definitely for the movie because he's way into this blonde girl that he was childhood friends with.
Yeah, and he went to I don't know.
So yeah, well, he did go to med school, so
yeah,
that
he
worked.
went to med school, and then the first one, the girl was like, "You're so creative. That's why you're so successful."
Which is a weird thing to say. But he goes back to school, becomes a doctor. Everyone in the town of Ashford hates him because they think that he is the killer, not Pooh. Because reasonably, you would not think that Ashton?
Yeah.
I thought it was Ashland.
No, it's Ashton.
Oh, whatever. Some English town. That's all we know. Shout out to our English fans. But everyone in the town hates him. They think that he is the murderer. Because reasonably so, you would think that he is the murderer. Well, not everyone. There's those random people that don't.
Yeah.
That don't think he is.
And everyone's basically, like, ostracized him in the town.
Yes. Yeah, they, like, paint murder on his car.
He gets fired from his job as a doctor.
He gets fired from his job as a doctor for some weird reason. I don't know. They give him, like, a really stupid reason for why they fire him.
Yeah, well, because everything since the movie came out, all the heat that the hospital is getting because he works there.
Yeah. Still dumb, I think. It's like, it's not like he works in the government or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a skilled position.
It was really stupid.
So, yeah, Christopher Robin is not having that great of a time. And Pooh and Owl and Piglet and, well, Tigger is locked up for some reason. Must be the craziest one out of all of them.
Yeah, he's super feral.
Yeah. So they decide they're going to start retaliating against the townsfolk that are burning down 100-acre wood, and they start murdering people again. A lot of people. They murder
everyone.
They murder the shit out of people. They also like cutting people's heads off. That's like their thing. They cut off so many freaking heads in this movie. It's insane.
Yeah. And like it just surprised me that they just I did not think that they were just gonna start going into people's houses and attacking them.
So when Al convinces Pooh to start killing people, him and Piglet go to this random girl's house. They have like a girls' night or something, kind of like in the first movie, and they just start killing the shit out of them, which turns out to be a fatal mistake for Piglet, because the girlfriend or the boyfriend of one of the girls and his buddies go hunting for them, and then they blow Piglet's head off. He got his head blown off. And then Pooh steps in, kills all of them except for one, and then the dude gets like half his face blown off by a shotgun.
Yeah. I feel like everyone who like gets injured but survives for some reason turns like their injury mutates or something.
Yeah, they're like mutants or something.
Yeah, like the girl who got burned in the RV at the beginning.
Yes.
Her whole face just like
super fucked up.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then the guy gets half his face blown off by the shotgun, and that just like mutated. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like an extra in Silent Hill. It's pretty gnarly looking. So people eventually start believing Christopher Robin. Not many people, but eventually some do.
Yeah, they're all like, "You were right. We're so sorry we didn't believe you."
They all say the same thing. You were right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
you couldn't have done this. Well, not freaking shit.
So, the thing that shocked me the most is when he killed the parents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Pooh's parents, or what was his name? Ben?
Billy.
Billy is Pooh. Billy is Christopher Robin's brother. Mm-hmm. Billy murders his own parents. Viciously murders the shit out of them.
I knew that was going to happen to the mom, though.
You did, yeah. So she opens the dishwasher, and the knives are facing up with their handles down.
Knives. I don't know why they're using all of the knives.
But they don't put them in there properly. If you've never used a dishwasher, you gotta put them face down.
The dad, puts him point up.
Point up. That's dangerous. You don't cut your hand on that.
Keep telling him not to do this, and then friggin' Pooh just
slams her face right into multiple times too.
Oh gosh.
But Billy, those were your parents, dog. They didn't do anything to you. Right? You got kidnapped.
It's not their fault.
You got fucking kidnapped, and you just killed your parents.
Oh my gosh, it was brutal.
Yeah.
And we don't really get to see how the dad dies.
No, he had his legs cut off. And
did he?
Yeah, his face was all mutilated. That's why it was flashing back and forth. Yeah, he was missing both his legs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he got his legs cut off. And then they just leave the little sister Ella alone. Yeah,
I don't know. She just is gone from the house, but she's with the cops later.
They found her in the house. She was hiding in their house.
Well, Christopher Robin did not do a very good job.
He didn't.
Looking around the house
and
for her.
She was probably too terrified to come out.
Yes. Yeah. So, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Zoo is going places with its murders. They kill a lot of people. They even have there's a rave that is hinted that's going to take place towards the end of the movie. The host of the rave wants Christopher Robin's love interest to come, and their other friend, who I don't even remember what his name is. And they all come to check out the place. And while Christopher Robin is there, she's like, "You're not going to bring him, are you?" And she's like, "I just don't want a murderer at my party." And then he's like, "I didn't kill anybody." And she's like, "I'm not saying you did it, but it's you just called it a murder."
Yeah.
Kind of shitty.
So fucked up.
Kind of shitty of you to say.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be childhood friends too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, so he knew her? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, crappy. Very crappy.
Right?
So... So she's hosting this rave, and then eventually Tigger is released from his prison or cell or something. I don't know. Yeah, because the cops come in and they're looking around and they're like, "We gotta bounce," and he's like, "That's my line."
But he doesn't even bounce.
He doesn't bounce on his tail. That is the biggest
disappointment. Like how
biggest disappointment of this movie is that he didn't bounce on his tail.
How would they get him to do that, though?
I don't know. I would have loved to see it, though. He could have killed someone bouncing on his tail.
One.
He could have bounced on his tail and killed someone, like a pogo stick.
There you go.
Yeah, next kill. That I gave you an idea right there, Reese. Just so you know.
On people's heads.
So, yeah. So Tigger is loose, and he is super feral. He is like a rabid cat, just like killing people and stuff.
And he likes the freaking lines.
He does.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but like he's just got all of these like
all these one-liners. The Freddy Krueger one-liners. Come here, you fluorescent bitch.
Exactly.
So the rave's going on. Pooh has just murdered his family at this point, his parents, because that little girl hadn't been born yet. So maybe he didn't even know who that bitch was.
Or maybe it's like innocence.
Yeah, that could be too. But he also would not know who that little girl is. She wouldn't have been born yet. So, Pooh has just murdered his family, somehow teleports to town where the rave is, and Al is like, "You guys should let off some steam and kill all these people." Basically is what he says. I forget exactly what he says. So Pooh goes into the rave, starts killing titty bitches left and right. I call them titty bitches because they all have their tits out.
Yeah.
They're all naked. I've never been to a rave.
Naked. They're just
their boobs are out. That chick literally had her boobs out.
Half it see-through and leather straps and...
Yeah, I've never been to a rave, but that seemed kind of wild.
Yeah, I've never been to a rave either.
So
I have to ask her.
Yeah, we'll have to ask someone that's been to one, because we have not been to one. But it was very sexual, which is, whatever, your own thing. But Pooh comes in, starts murdering everybody. Then some of them run away, and Tigger kills the rest of them. Christopher Robin comes in, sees bodies everywhere. So many people die in this movie. It's insane.
Yeah, didn't they say they were going to kill at least 30?
30 people. They definitely did that.
They did. Oh my gosh.
They went over 30 people for sure.
Way over 30 people. They probably killed like 100.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how you were at that rave. I didn't count.
There's a lot.
There was a lot of people
there.
there.
She said there was going to be
There's going to be 100. Yeah. There's going to be 100 people there. Then... after which they go back to the woods and Christopher Robin confronts Pooh. Al is nowhere to be found. Tigger is nowhere to be found. Well, he shoots Tigger at the rave and then he just teleports away.
He shot Tigger?
He shot Tigger in the stomach.
Oh.
And then
you're right, he did.
Yeah, and then Tigger teleports away. We don't see him for the rest of the movie. Neither do we see Al. Al flies. Christopher's love interest is going after Chris to hang out with him, or not hang out with him. Save him. Basically. Basically hang out with him and be in the rest of the movie. And you see Al fly past the van. We don't see him the rest of the movie.
No, you do hear him though.
I'm not counting the after credits scene.
The very end when he's got his fingers in the honey.
Yeah, but that's after the credits though.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
It faded away from the cop car, and it just started showing the credits.
Okay.
So we don't see those two characters again. They don't come back. Pooh is stalking Christopher and his lady. And then finally, after 2 movies and 3 hours of watching this shit, Christopher grows a pair and axes Pooh in the goddamn head. Splits it right in half.
Sorry, Billy. Boom.
Boom. Well, yeah. As soon as you killed your parents, it's like fair game, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're no longer Billy.
Yeah, it's like you just a bear. Just killed my parents. So yeah, splits the head. Then we find his little sister, whose nickname is Bunny. Mm-hmm. She goes by Bunny for most of it. I forget what her real name is. Ella, but Bunny. It's Bunny.
Yeah,
it's not Ella. It's Bunny.
She's not like to be called Ella.
Yeah.
But
good stripper name. So if she ever wants to go into that career. Anyways, so all is right and well with the world, except and they're all. It's not like your parents are dead and your friends are dead, besides your little sister and your not actual girlfriend.
yeah, and nobody actually dies.
Yeah. So
okay, none of the monsters actually die. All the people died.
So abruptly, the film. Oh, before we go to the credits, we mentioned in the first one the Pooniverse that has the upcoming titles of Bambi: The Reckoning, Pinocchio: Unstrung, and the Peter Pan movie. I don't think it has an actual title yet. The therapist that is in this film is supposed to be Wendy's mom from Peter Pan.
Really?
Yep, that's what the shared continuity is.
Oh.
That's why she gets him into. She can get him into that deep sleep.
Huh.
So there's a character from this film that's going to be in the Peter Pan movie, whenever the hell that comes out. Don't you worry, we will cover it as soon as it comes out.
Oh heck yeah! I can't wait for Bambi the Reckoning.
No, me either.
That
I think
one
it's going to
looks
be
sick.
good. That does look sick. Zombie deer, by the way, it's going to be
Zombie
killing people.
deer.
It's a zombie deer.
Really excited.
Probably upset that her mom got killed by a hunter or something.
Maybe.
We also know that a character from that survives because she's already reprising her role for the Avengers movie of this freaking series. The Pooniverse Monsters Assemble.
Oh yeah,
because a girl, they've already stated that a girl from that movie is going to be in the, like their Avengers movie, which is kind of a spoiler alert that she survives.
Which one is it?
I don't remember what her name is. Well, I don't want to spoil it for them.
Oh, okay, that's true.
You can look it up on Wikipedia if you want to know. It's in 2 separate Winnie the Pooh articles.
Okay.
I think I'm excited to see where this Pooniverse goes. I think that I'm hoping with the more increased budget, because the director of these other films is not the director of these. He produces them. It's another guy named Reese. Where are they getting these Reese directors at? Where are you guys coming from? You're not related. Why do you all have the same name? It might just be popular over in England. I don't know.
But, anyway, so Michael, what did you like about the movie?
This movie is a step up in every direction from the first one. The costumes look better. We got more characters. There's a lot more depth to the characters. Christopher Robin is like acting. The guy that plays Christopher Robin in this movie is like acting his ass off. Mm-hmm. He is like, there's like, I think he's forgetting what movie he's in because this is
doing too much.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. The acting, like just across the board, is way better. The background characters all make sense. They bring the story together in a more fluent way. They also the reasoning behind the recast and how things are a lot different in this one versus the first one is very cleverly done, with it being a movie within a movie, in my opinion. So those are, I mean, basically every critique I had for the first one, they improved upon. So I'll give you like an example of this for me is like in college I had a paper and I got like a C+ on it. But if we revised it, we could get like an actual grade will be whatever we improved on. So I went and I met with the professor and she told me everything that I need to improve on. I improved on all those things and I got an A on it.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing of like because they did take criticism from fans and like what they wanted to improve on, and they improved on all that stuff, which is very impressive to me. As for some lowlights for the film, the sister disappearing for a good bit is kind of lazy to me because she never comes back. I know that you don't want a kid kind of really involved in that kind of stuff, but for Christopher to have looked all over the house for her and not found her, but the cops did, which is kind of silly.
Did he really look all over the place, though?
He did. He went to a room. He went to a couple of different rooms. So, I don't know. I mean, that's nitpicking, though. Like, there's not a lot I disliked about this film.
Right.
I was concerned at the start when Pooh is just killing those random girls that we don't know anything about, other than that they're just talking shit on him. That was kind of dumb, but the kills are great. They look a lot better. This movie has 5 times the budget of the first, so $500,000 instead of $100,000.
No, it ended up being
they say
$1 million.
they say 10 times, but everything I saw was 500,000. So I don't know if that's true or not. Somewhere in the ballpark, can't speak. Somewhere in the ballpark of 500,000 to $1 million, but you can tell that they had a better budget.
Right, yeah.
Like, the kills look great.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gross. They're more practical, which I appreciate. I appreciate practical kills versus CG. I mean, CG is good in sporadic use and when you know how to, like, cleverly disguise it, but this movie just looked a lot better to me.
Oh, yeah.
Filmed absolutely. A lot better. Reese Frank Waterfield did a great job improving basically everything from this film. Tell me some of the highlights for you. Do you have any lowlights that you can think of?
So what I liked was I really liked that because I don't know if it's because the first movie got such a bad rap, but like I loved that they used the first movie as like almost like a joke in this movie.
It is a joke, yes. It's the butt of a lot of stuff.
So I really like that they did that. I feel like that was really creative, and a good use of, a movie that didn't get great reviews to make a good story.
Yes.
So I like that. I liked Christopher Robin's character development. I feel like he's the only one who had character development. But
the janitor had some.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah, then he killed himself.
And then he just offed himself. He's
then he... sorry.
Weight lifted off my shoulders and now you must bear it.
Yeah, he committed suicide.
Committed?
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like when we use that word.
Oh.
Yeah,
so we can't say offed himself? Either.
No, you're going to say that he unalived himself.
Oh, he
unalived himself.
He unalived himself.
Yeah, sorry, YouTube. No, whoa, we don't do that here.
My bad, guys. But, yeah, so, I liked that, and then I didn't like Owl.
You didn't like Owl?
No.
He talked a lot of shit this whole movie.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like my nostalgia with the characters, but like
he wasn't what you expected.
He wasn't what I expected. Like he's an owl. He's supposed to have like feathers around his face and shit. And it was like he looked like Jeepers Creepers. He looked like the character from Jeepers Creepers, and he acted like him too. Just swooped down and took people.
He looked like a vulture more than he looked like an owl.
Yeah, exactly. So,
great costumes still. I mean, it didn't look bad.
Yes.
It could have looked a lot worse. We saw the first one. It could have looked a lot worse. Speaking of which, critics called the first one of the worst movies ever made. Definitely not true.
No, they've never seen The Outwaters or Birdemic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely not true. I would not put Winnie the Pooh.
I would, no.
For all of its flaws, the first movie is not one of the worst movies ever made.
I actually meant to say that in the last, when we did that recording, but forgot.
Yeah, whatever. We're saying it now.
Yeah, not the worst movie ever.
If
got 5 Raspberry Award.
Golden Razzies, yeah.
Golden Razzies,
Worst picture for 2022.
Oh, maybe in that year.
I don't know.
What year did Birdemic come out?
2010.
Huh?
Yeah, it came out in 2010.
That was really
The Outwaters came out in 2022.
That one obviously didn't make it in the list.
No, it didn't.
Showing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So those are our thoughts on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. We are going to go into our rating now. Just to give you guys another brief reminder, it is there are 2 ratings, both out of 5. One is a movie production rating based on obviously the production of the film, and the second one is just what we thought, what our opinions on it were. Just to give a quick recap, I gave the first movie a 3 out of 10. Rachel gave the first movie a 4.75 out of 10. So now I will give you my rating for this one. In terms of movie production, direction, story, writing, it exceeded everything from the first. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And as for how much I liked it, and like I said, it improved in every single way. I gave the first one a 1 out of 5. This one is going to get a 3 out of 5 for me. Okay. So I'm going to give Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 a 7 out of 10.
Okay. For the first one, what did I give for production?
That
was the 2.75,
2.75.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
This one, I'll give a 3.5.
3.5, okay.
3.5. And then I gave a 2 for the last one for my likability. I'll give it a 3. Because it did improve, but it wasn't like the best.
Yes, I agree.
So
okay.
That's what, a 6.5?
6.5 out of 10.
Out of 10.
So you rated the first movie higher than I rated the first movie.
Yes.
And you rated this one lower than I rated.
Yes.
Then okay. Hey,
you appreciated the improvements a lot more than I did.
Well, it's such a big step up from the first one, I think.
No, it is.
Yeah. So I recommend watching. If you're going to watch this one, you should watch the first one just so you have some kind of like familiarity with the universe a little bit. But this one is definitely going to be the one that you're going to enjoy a lot more. You're not going to like the first one. It's going to be kind of like doing homework in a sense for a film.
Yeah, but it's only like an hour and...
Yeah, it's a brisk film.
Yeah,
it's not long in any way. Think of it kind of like how the first Terrifier has not a lot of substance to it. I mean, the kills and the practicality of that film are fantastic, but there's not a lot going on in it. And the second one is such a big step up from that, which we are covering at the end of this year. Spoiler alert for that. Speaking of what we are covering in the upcoming months, next film that we are covering is a Pinocchio film, but it is not the Pinocchio film of this universe as it is not released yet. We are watching Pinocchio's Revenge. No idea what the heck that is. We just found it on some board. So we're going to watch it. And then following that, for the majority of the summer, we are going to be covering the Lake Placid series along with the Anaconda series because they perfectly go together in a crossover where they fight each other.
Yeah.
Because of course they do. What's up with a snake fighting a crocodile?
And then we go into
Shark Week.
Shark Month.
Or Shark Month, yeah. We're not gonna watch shark movies during Shark Week. We're just gonna dedicate August to shark movies. That's just kind of our thing. Speaking also, as an update, Rachel's pick.
Don't tell them what it is.
I'm not going to tell them what it is. Rachel's pick is going to be at the end of this month. Now, remember, when it comes to the
Which is the end of May.
Yeah, the end of May. So after Pinocchio's Revenge, we will do Rachel's pick. Then we will go into the Creature Feature Summer that we're going to do. Just as a quick reminder of what that is, every 2 months, we each get to pick a film that does not have to be low budget. But it does have to exist in the horror genre in some way. And we are going to cover that. Just as like a little treat for us. Hopefully a treat for you guys as well. That's really all we got as far as announcements. We do really thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe. And as the channel grows, you'll see a lot more improvements from us when it comes to in terms of quality, when it comes to video, when it comes to our setup, just in general.
Lighting.
Yeah, lighting, things like that. Hopefully we won't look like pale vampires the whole time. But we really thank you guys for listening. Please share with your friends. Please like and subscribe. We are the Undead Celluloid Society. We appreciate you cellulites. My name is Michael.
And I'm Rachel.
And we thank you guys for listening.